Hello, my friends. This is Melissa Manchester wishing all of you a wonderful, peaceful, and meaningful Passover.
Shalom, everybody. As you sit down to celebrate your Seder Pesach with your families, allow me to wish you on behalf of the State of Israel, may you have Chag Pesach Kasher v'Sameach. May you have a wonderful, joyous, healthy, and kosher Passover. My friends, Passover symbolizes the release of the people of Israel from bondage in Egypt and their return to the land of Israel, establishing sovereignty in the land of Israel. This, of course, also carries with it a universal message of sovereignty, freedom, independence, and liberty. We carry this message throughout the generations, and we also find the most important points of this message in our generation. In current affairs, I think of two most important messages which are carried by Passover. The first one being our solidarity with people who are suffering. Today, the people of Ukraine are suffering. We stand with them and we express our solidarity with them. Israel has sent 100 tons of humanitarian assistance and is also absorbing tens of thousands of Ukrainians in Israel, giving them safe sanctuary. The second message is we are being released from the pandemic, from the bondage of the pandemic. We see light at the end of the tunnel. This release is due to innovation and human ingenuity, which I am proud to say that Israel is one of the leaders of this innovation and human ingenuity in health sciences and all other fields. We wish you all a very happy Passover. Chag Sameach.
Hi, I'm Lenny Kraselberg, four-time Olympic gold medalist. And on behalf of everyone here at JLTV, want to wish everyone a wonderful Passover. Hope you spend time among family and lots of love.
Hi, I'm John Voight. Hope you're having a wonderful Passover, spending it with the people that you love. God bless.
In some ways, this Passover feels different from all other Passovers, and in some ways, it feels exactly the same. However you are celebrating, I hope you find a way to be with friends and family. I hope you, like I do, value this opportunity to think about where we've come from and where we're going. And I wish you a very, very happy, safe, and blessed Pesach.
Hi, this is Bubby Bunny from Bubby's Know Best. I am wishing you a wonderful, glorious Passover filled with joy and love and prosperity for all your family and all your friends. And I am wishing you wonderful food and drinks and no diets, okay? Happy Passover.
Chag Sameach, happy Passover, good Yontif. Thank you for being with us here on JLTV for our Passover Seder. As we look back and look forward, as we begin a season, a time of possibilities, Passover is always a time of redemption, a season of possibilities and potential. As we begin the spring and look ahead to a time of health, a time of safety and security, it's a time of looking forward to an even better tomorrow. And so as we celebrate Passover this year, we're going to be joined by many musical guests, celebrities, community leaders who are going to help us celebrate Passover this year with a sense of possibilities, a sense of health, a sense of love. We wish you a happy Passover and thank you for being with us. At Passover, we celebrate with a Seder. Seder means order. There are steps to the ritual of Passover, several stops on our way through our journey. This holiday is guided by a Haggadah, a book that is filled with the rabbinic teachings. Some of them go back thousands of years. Give us some great teachings, some great lessons on how to celebrate the holiday, not just for Passover, but to give us inspiration throughout our lives. And so this year, as we celebrate Passover, we're going to be putting up a Haggadah that we're going to be using, and that we use around our family table, but a wonderful Haggadah called A Different Night from the Hartman Center in Israel. And so we'll provide a link for you there so you can be able to follow along with us with an online version of this Haggadah. So many thousands of versions, translations of the Haggadah, of the Passover stories and rituals, but most importantly, they're always filled with insights to help us live better lives, not just today, but throughout the year.
So wishing you a happy Pesach, Pesach Sameach. This is actually the order of Pesach. This is the Seder itself, Kadesh or Chatz. And this melody is from Calcutta. Kadesh or Chatz, Kapas Yachatz, Magid Rocha, Motzi Matzah. Amaror korech, shulchan orech, tzafun barech, halel nirtzah.
Passover is celebrated with 4 cups of wine. As we celebrate with the first step, the Kadesh, as we begin our journey together with the first Kiddush.
Hello everybody, happy Passover, Chag Sameach. This is Ben Glebe, the comedian, the host of Idiot Test on Netflix and Game Show Network. You're big fans, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that just now. Chag Sameach to everybody, and happy Passover. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who creates the fruit of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has chosen us from among the nations and the languages, sanctifying us by your mitzvot. Lovingly, you've given us festivals for happiness, including today, the holiday of the Matzot, the season of our liberation, a sacred day to gather together and to commemorate the Exodus from Egypt. For you have chosen us and sanctified us among the nations. You have granted us joyfully the holidays. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies the people of Israel and the festivals.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol am, v'romamanu mikol ashon, v'kidshanu b'mitzvotav. V'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu b'yahava, moadim l'simcha, hagin uzmanim l'sason. Et yom chag hamatzot hazeh, zman cherutenu mikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, u'moadei kodshecha b'simcha uv'sason hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh Yisrael v'ha'azmanim. Amen. L'chaim.
Chag Sameach, everybody. And I apologize, that was a little bit hard for me to read. I've got a lot of studio lights here in my home studio because I'm a big star. You can watch my Showtime Hour special on Amazon Prime or now on YouTube for free as well, called Neurotic Gangster. Why neurotic? You figured it out, right? I'm a neurotic Jew. It's simple. And watch Idiot Test, relax with your family, try some brain puzzles. Take care, everybody. Please save me some kugel and brisket and soup.
Hi, I'm Michelle Harris from the television show Alive and Well. May your home be filled with happiness and joy in harmony and positivity. May this festive season be a time of great celebration and joy for you and your loved ones. Wishing you a very happy Passover.
We now come to urchatz, a ritual hand washing. As the next foods we're going to be eating do not have grain. We don't say a blessing over them, but we do wash our hands. It goes back thousands of years to a Jewish tradition that understood that you have to wash your hands to stay alive. Long before we understood about bacteria or viruses, we understood this is part of good health, good hygiene, is washing our hands. So we don't say a blessing, but we're going to be going into the next step, which is eating karpas, a green vegetable.
Yom Ledet Sameach, Yom Ledet Sameach, Yom Ledet Sameach, Yom Ledet Sameach.
We now come to karpas, the first food that we eat for Passover. Some people have some hors d'oeuvres after this as well, but the green vegetable that we have, that we dip into salt water, a symbol of tears, a symbol of sadness, slavery, oppression. And as we dip this green vegetable, before we eat it, we say the bracha, the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri ha'adamah. We thank you, God, for the fruit of the earth.
Hi guys, it is Greg Solkin here. I just wanted to wish everybody a very happy Passover. I hope you have a lovely time with your families. And from me, God bless you.
We come now to our next step, yachatz, the breaking of the middle matzah. And we're going to break one of our three matzot here, the middle one, and put it to the side. This broken piece will be the afikomen. And we're going to put this in a special afikomen bag. As we break the middle matzah, we say this is what God did to the Sea of Reeds, to the Red Sea in our Exodus. And so we're going to put the afikomen off to the side. We're going to use this other piece of matzah for our magid, for the next very important part of our Seder when we tell the story.
Hi, I'm Maren Hinkle, and I play Rose Weissman on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And in these very difficult and challenging times, I wanted to wish you all, from my family to yours, a very happy and healthy Passover. Much love.
Halachma, halachma an yadi achalu, achalu avatana, be'ara be'ara demitzrayim, be'ara be'ara demitzrayim. Kol dichvin yetei v'yichul, kol ditzrich yetei v'yifsa, hashata hacha, leshana haba, be'ara de Yisrael, hashata avdei, leshana haba, b'nei chorin.
Hi, this is Scott Rubin. I host the show The Word with Scott Rubin. How many more times could I say my name for Passover? Let's go one more time. Scott Rubin. Hey, there you go. 3 times. The Word, it's on JLTV. We do Torah study. Well, happy Passover. I'm in the South here, and in fact, we just happened to come across an old slave plantation, and it's been probably empty since 1865. It's incredible, actually. And it's somehow oddly appropriate to Passover. I mean, we were in bondage, and here is a place that actually had slaves. It's incredible. And this is a season where we remember that we were slaves, but we don't let it define us. We let the liberation define us, and not the slavery part. In fact, I think the slaves anybody that was an actual slave had to die off in the desert before entering the promised land. We did not want to bring that mentality. But yet, Jews are kind of obsessed with talking about being victims, you know? We are victims. We're the greatest victims of anybody, right? I mean, we are the definition of a victim. However, we are also celebrating in Passover the celebration of freedom from bondage, liberation. We remember that we were slaves, but we are not slaves. We can determine our own destiny. This is about freedom. This is about liberation. This is about choosing your own destiny. This is a time, an amazing time. That wasn't that far away, was it? And here we are. I get to go in the car now and drive wherever I want to. That's Passover. Happy Passover. Have a great Seder.
We come now to one of the most famous parts of the Passover Seder, the 4 questions. It's at this time of the Seder where we usually have the children ask the 4 questions. Some people say there's actually only one question, Ma nishtana halayla hazeh. Why is this night different from all other nights? And then 4 possible answers, which of course lead to more questions in the way that we tell the story. But however we tell the 4 questions, it's really one of the ways that we spur curiosity. Hopefully from the earliest ages encourage people to be curious, to be inquisitive. And so as we come now to the 4 questions tonight, we're going to give a few different possibilities or readings for it. We have some of our friends offer up for us now the 4 questions.
Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelos shebechol halelos anu ochlin chametz umatzah halayla hazeh kulo matzah shebechol halelos anu ochlin she'ar yerakos halayla hazeh maror shebechol halelos ein anu matbilim afilu pa'am echas halayla zeh shestei fe'amim halayla zeh shetei fe'amim shebechol halelos anu ochlin ben yoshvinu vein misubin halayla zeh kulanu misubin.
Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol haleilot. On all other weeks we buy groceries. Cheese costs $2.99. So how come this week? It's $14.99. A markup like that. They're all anti-Semites. On all other weeks we eat many sweets, variety of food. So how come this week? Dessert is macaroons. On what can we feast that doesn't have yeast? Oh great, it's jelly fruits. On all other weeks, all of us eat bacon and trafe, crispy bacon and trafe. So how come this week? It's only kosher plates. We turn into religious Jews, Hasidic toothpaste. On all other weeks, Sephardis tend to be much frummier than us. So how come this week, they get away with rice?
And beans and nuts and tasty stuff while Ashkies pay the price.
A Freilichen Pesach.
Hey, this is saxophonist Dave Kaz with a Passover greeting to all the viewers of JLTV. Happy Passover. And the message of Passover is even more relevant this particular year with the senseless tragedy unfolding in the Ukraine. 100% of my ancestors emanate from that country, so this is deeply personal for me. On this holiday, which celebrates freedom, let's keep the men and women and children of the Ukraine in our hearts front and center. In fact, all the people who are dealing with freedom issues all over the world, let's keep them in our hearts this holiday and always. Thank you.
Avadim Hayinu. When in time to come your children ask you, what is the meaning of the decrees, laws, and rules that Adonai our God has enjoined upon you? You shall say to your children, Avadim Hayinu leFar'o b'Mitzrayim. We were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, and Adonai freed us from Egypt with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. Adonai produced before our eyes great and awful signs and wonders in Egypt against Pharaoh and all his household. And God freed us from there so that God could take us and give us the land that had been promised on oath to our ancestors.
b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu ata, ata, b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu ata, ata, b'nei chorin.
What if? If God had not taken our ancestors out of Egypt, then we would still be enslaved to Pharaoh in Egypt, along with our children and our children's children. Even if all of us were wise, all of us discerning, all of us veteran scholars, and all of us knowledgeable in Torah, it would still be a mitzvah for all of us to retell the story of the Exodus from Egypt. So, the more and the longer one expands and embellishes the story, the more commendable it is.
Hey everyone. Hello, my little Jews. It's your girl, Chelsea Frank from Reviewish, Thursday's Primetime. Now, it's Passover again, one of my favorite holidays. You know why? Because it's a reminder to get out of your personal Egypt, whatever it is. The Jews did it 1 million years ago, and you can do it today. What are you experiencing a breakup? I'm sorry, that's hard. Are you experiencing a job loss? That is terrible. Do you got some sinus issues, honey? Do I understand that? But we can't let these things hold us back. You know, the strife we're carrying, they don't lead us anywhere good. So let this Passover be a reminder. Get out of there. Get out of your personal Egypt. Literally, whatever it is. Whatever is holding you back in life. Someone was mean to you. They called you names on the playground. You're carrying that load well into your 40s. No, ma'am. We say no, ma'am, to that. Let this be a reminder. We gotta get out of there. Get out of there. That strife. All that heaviness, we're going to get out. We're going to go into the new year, a new day. And we're going to just say, Baruch Hashem. We're getting out of that Egypt. What, are you literally stuck in Egypt because of COVID? I am very sorry, but get out of there. I love you all very much. Baruch Hashem. Happy Passover. Thursday's primetime.
What does the wise child say?
What are the testimonies, the statutes, and the laws which Adonai our God has commanded you?
We do not proceed to any afikomen after eating the Pesach lamb.
What does the wicked child say?
Whatever does the service mean to you?
It is because of this that the Lord did for me when I went free from Egypt. Me, and not that child. Had that child been there, he or she would not have been redeemed.
What does the simple child ask?
What is this?
By the mighty hand, the Lord brought us out of Egypt and out of the house of bondage.
As for the child who does not know how to ask,
it is because of this that Adonai did for me when I went free from Egypt.
They worked so hard they could not stand. Let my people my people go. Lead B'nai Yisrael through. Let my people go. Go down, Moses. Way down in Egypt land. Tell that old Pharaoh to let my people go. Go down, Moses. Way down in Egypt land. Tell that old Pharaoh to let my people go.
והיא שעמדה לאבותינו ולנו, והיא שעמדה לאבותינו ולנו, שלא אחד בלבד עמד עלינו לכלותנו, אלה שבכל דור ודור עומדים עלינו לכלותנו, והקדוש ברוך הוא מצילנו מאדם, והקדוש ברוך הוא מצילנו מאדם.
Hello everyone, and Aziza Pesach to all. I'm wearing my riding shirt from my childhood because it's the closest I could get out here in the country for any kind of garment that would symbolize our exodus from Egypt into the Promised Land. It took us only 40 years. You know, we were so bulked up with the kugel. Egypt to Israel is about a 15-minute walk if you make the light snow traffic, but we had so much stuff, so much kugel, so much food in our body that we just, 40 years. I will tell Adonai today how I have come to the land Adonai swore to our ancestors to give us. My ancestor was a wandering Aramaean. He descended to Egypt and resided there in small numbers. He became a nation, great, powerful, and numerous. The Egyptians treated us badly. They persecuted us and put us under hard labor. We cried out to Adonai, the God of our ancestors. God heard our voice. God saw our persecution, our toil, and our oppression. And God took us out of Egypt with a strong hand and an outstretched arm, with awesome powers, signs, and wonders. God brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land of milk and honey. Now I have brought the first fruits of this soil which you, God, gave me. Deuteronomy 26, verses 1 through 10.
We come now to the recitation of the 10 plagues. As we say the plagues, and we're going to say them in Hebrew and English, we're going to take a little bit out of our cup of joy each time as we say one of these plagues. Teaches us that we can't be joyous, we can't celebrate when even our enemies are suffering.
Dam, blood. Svardea, frogs. Kinim, lice. Arov, wild beasts. Dever, plague. Shechin, boils. Barad, hail. Arbe, locusts. Hoshech, darkness. Makat bechorot, death of the firstborn.
How long, Pharaoh, will it take to let our people go? Your heart is cruel, that's a big mistake. Will it take 10 plagues before you know that you have to let our people go? First the Nile will turn to blood, then frogs will jump out from the mud. Lice will appear from grains of sand, and wild beasts will walk the land. How long, Pharaoh, will it take to let our people go? Your heart is cruel, that's a big mistake. Will it take 10 plagues before you know that you have to let our people go? God will make disease begin, and boils will cover up your skin. Then hail and locust, so beware. Oh, Pharaoh, don't you care? How long, Pharaoh, will it take to let our people go? Your heart is cruel, that's a big mistake. Will it take 10 plagues before you know that you have to let our people go? Then Moses, stretching out his hand, will bring total darkness to the land. Then you'll hear all Egypt cry, for God will make your firstborn die. It's sad that all this had to be. People died so we'd be free. Our drops of wine fall down like tears as we retell the story every year. How long, Pharaoh, will it take to let our people go? Your heart is cruel, that's a big mistake. Will it take 10 plagues before you know that you have to let our people go? That you have to let our people go.
Hi, I'm Stephen Paul with Friends of Chabad, and I want to wish you and your family a happy Passover.
We come now to one of the most popular songs at Passover, Dayenu, It Would Have Been Enough for Us. As we sing this song and think about the miracles done for our ancestors, miracles done for us in our day as well, we sing together as we celebrate with Dayenu.
Happy Passover, everybody. It's a sunny Sunday in sunny California. My name is Craig Taubman, and I have a thought. Every year we say Dayenu, that it would be enough. I think we can all agree, Dayenu, it would be enough if we all had health. What else do we need? What other blessing can we share? Dayenu, to health. Inu natan natan lanu, natan lanu et ha-Shabbat, natan lanu et ha-Shabbat, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Chag Sameach.
Rabban Gamliel used to say, all who have not explained the significance of three things during the Pesach Seder have not yet fulfilled their duty. Those three are the Pesach lamb, the matzah, and the maror.
The Passover lamb. The Passover lamb that our ancestors ate in the days of the temple. Why did we used to eat it? Well, to remind ourselves that God passed over our ancestors' houses in Egypt at this very hour on this very date. Moshe has already instructed us, when your children ask you, "What do you mean by this ceremony?" you shall say, "It is the Passover offering to Adonai, because God passed over the houses of Israel in Egypt when God struck the Egyptians, but saved our houses."
Matzah. Why do we eat it? Even before the dough of our ancestors in Egypt had time to rise and become unleavened, the King of Kings, the Holy One, revealed himself and redeemed them. The Torah says they baked unleavened cakes of the dough that they had taken out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, since they had been driven out of Egypt and could not delay, nor had they prepared any provisions for themselves.
Why do we eat it? To remind ourselves that the Egyptians embittered our ancestors' lives. They embittered their lives with hard labor with mortar and bricks, and with all sorts of field labor. Whatever the tasks, they worked them ruthlessly. And moror, just so you know, is bitter herbs.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Mann. Chag Sameach to everyone at JLTV. These are my lovely children, Piper and Aiden, and this is one of my favorite songs for Passover.
We have just completed the Magid, the story that begins with slavery and ends with liberation. We have retold it as our own personal story. Now it is only fitting that we thank God by singing a new song. Therefore, we owe it to God to thank, to sing, to praise and honor, to glorify and bless, to raise up and acclaim the one who has done all these wonders for our ancestors and for us. God took us from slavery to freedom, from sorrow to joy, from mourning to festivity, from thick darkness to a great light, from enslavement to redemption. Let us sing before God a new song. Hallelujah.
B'tzeit Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Hayta Yehuda lekadsho, Yisrael mamshelotav. hayam ra'ah v'hayanos, hayarden yisov le'achor. Heharim, heharim, rakedu che'elim, rakedu che'elim, gevaot, gevaot, kivnei tzon, Malecha hayam, kitanus, hayarden, kitov leachor, heharim, tilkedu che'elim, gevaot, kivnei tzon. Milifnei Adam, chuli aharetz, milifnei Elohai Yaakov, Hahovchi hatzor, Agaham mahayim, Chalamish, lemaino mayim.
I'm ready to perform the mitzvah of the second of the 4 cups, the cup of redemption. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who redeemed us and redeemed our ancestors from Egypt, and who brought us to this night to eat matzah and maror. Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, may you bring us in peace to future holidays. May we celebrate them in your rebuilt city. We will thank you for our redemption. Blessed are you, the Redeemer of Israel. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
Hi, Jeff Schwartz here from JLTV's newest show, Reviewish. But right now, I'm on my way to Chicago to celebrate Passover with my family. It's a weird time this year, stranger than before, but at least we can get together with our family, enjoy, and hopefully a ton of health and prosperity also. To everyone out there, have a healthy and happy Passover.
Happy Passover, everyone. Jaime here from Yid Life Crisis, coming at you from Russ and Daughters, New York City, baby. And we just want to wish all the Crisisians out there at JLTV and everywhere else that you watch us, just have a great Passover, wonderful holiday.
Hey, what are you doing? I leave you for 2 seconds here at the Center for Jewish History. You're doing the Passover great. Yeah. Look at this comments.
Yes.
Look at this.
I want them to see it. It's beautiful.
No, you're gonna make them drool. Listen, don't listen to him at all. Have a lovely Pesach.
Do whatever you want.
And
we don't judge.
We'll see you after Pesach.
We don't judge.
We don't more of that.
We don't judge.
Stuff.
We don't judge.
For now,
Chag Sameach.
Cardboard.
A freilichen Pesach.
Stick with the cardboard.
Sei gesinnt und stark.
Stick with it.
You do what you want. It's
Let's
not,
see matzah.
No one's watching.
Yeah, chutz.
Do whatever you want.
We come now to the second hand washing, rachza, a ritual washing that precedes the hamotzi, the blessing over the bread, in this case, unleavened bread. So this time we say a blessing as we wash our hands, and after that we'll go into the next step, the motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, al netilat yadayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, al achilat matzah. We now come to our next food that we eat, a biblical commandment, the eating of maror, bitter herb, horseradish, a taste of bitterness to remind us of slavery. And so as we fulfill this mitzvah, this biblical commandment, we say the blessing over a bitter herb. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, al achilat maror. We come to our next step, the korech, what we call the Hillel sandwich. Rabbi Hillel, one of our greatest sages from 2,000 years ago, taught that perhaps we're supposed to eat the Pesach matzah maror in one bite. And so to follow his teachings, we take a little bit of the maror, the matzah, and to take the place of the Pesach, the Paschal offering, which we don't eat anymore, we take a little haroset, take its place, and we have the sandwich together. So we eat it in one bite. There's no special blessing, no bracha to say over this, but we can think of the great Rabbi Hillel who taught us, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I'm only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? We come now to the next step, Shulchan Orech. This is the time when we eat the meal. So it's a little different this year in the way we're doing it here on television, but you can definitely take a few moments to enjoy some food. Maybe you're enjoying food throughout the Seder. But we'll tell you now, we're going to sing some songs, have some celebrity greetings during this time to help make this time what it's supposed to be, a festive time, a festive meal. Shulchan Orech.
Hi, it's Bubby SJ from Bubby's Know Best. And I want to wish you all a happy Passover 2022. It's not an easy time for any of us. As we know, a lot of our families are from the Ukraine. I just want to wish them all peace and love, and you as well. So keep believing and send prayers, and I am sending prayers to everyone in the world. I love you all.
This is very special for yours truly to be doing this appearance on JLTV, because I want you to know that I have come to know Passover throughout my life since one of my closest friends in school was Jewish. I became part of the family, and their grandfather was a rabbi. You know, folks, you don't have to read my thoughts, because I'm going to express yours. This is a time for all of us to use our spirit, our spirituality, and extend it to all around us. So I'm only echoing your thoughts, and mine as well, when I wish all of you a healthy and happy Passover.
It's a matzo ball. That thing there in your soup is just a matzo ball. It's a matzo ball. Use your spoon just like a scoop and eat your matzo ball. It's not some kreplach or a kishke or so many other fishke. It rhymes. It's not a bagel or so many other things. It's just a matzo ball. You're not eating after all the hours I stood to make those matzo balls. And if you don't like it, I just won't make them anymore. So eat your matzo balls, and tomorrow I'll just put them in a jar with wax paper and a rubber band so you can take it. What's the matter? You don't like it? Then I won't make it. but to show me that you love me, eat those matzah balls, your matzah balls, those matzah balls.
We come now to Tzafun, eating the dessert, the last piece of the meal before we say a blessing. The last thing we eat is the afikomen, that last piece of matzah that is to commemorate the last bit of the Passover offering that was eaten. As we eat from the afikomen now, this is the way that we end our meal. A lot of people have traditions on how to get that afikomen. Some traditions we have to keep our young people involved and engaged is we have the young people go look for the afikomen. Other people have a tradition where the kids hide the afikomen from the grown-ups and they have to pay a ransom for it. All of these different traditions remind us that, again, when we celebrate with family, we can have people go and look for an afikomen. It's one of the ways that we can celebrate with our family, with generations. If we can't do that tonight, or again with the normal crowd that you celebrate Passover with, I'm going to let you go out and look for the afikomen, and we're going to do what we do in our house. We're going to help you find it. So, okay, go up, look for the afikomen that I hid in your house. You're getting hotter, warmer, warmer, warmer. Really, no, now you got cold. Keep going, off to the, no, colder, hotter, hotter, hotter. We come now to our next step, the Birkat Hamazon, the blessing after meals. The tradition of offering gratitude, saying grace after meals is very important in Jewish tradition, especially at Passover. So while we know that not everyone's had a full meal during this Seder, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to have our friend Cantor Kenny Ellis lead us in part of the Birkat Hamazon, the introduction, the part we call Shir HaMa'alot, from the Psalms, as we offer some thanks tonight on Passover, the Barech.
שיר המעלות בשוב אדוני, את שיבת ציון היינו כחולמים, אז ימלא שכר פינו ולשוננו רינה. אז יאמרו הגויים, הגדיל אדוני לעשות עמלה, הגדיל אדוני לעשות עמנו, היינו שמחים. שוב אדוני את שיבתנו, כאפיקים בנגב, הזורים בדמעה ורינה יקסורו. הלוך ילך ובחול, נושא משך הזהרה, בוא יבוא ורינה, נושא אלומותיו.
We come now to the third time we say the Kiddush. Now the time we say the blessing over the fruit of the vine after finishing a meal for the Birkat Hamazon. This is our third Kiddush for Passover.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
So now we come to a part of the service where we acknowledge this cup that's been at our Seder meal the whole time. A cup filled for Elijah the prophet. According to tradition, Elijah ushers in the Messianic age. He's the herald of a time of redemption for the Jewish people, indeed for the whole world. Our hope and prayer is that this year Elijah comes to our tables. So we welcome Elijah with a special short movie, The Messenger, and a song for his entry, Eliyahu Hanavi.
To all the JLTV viewers, have a happy holiday, happy Passover.
Shalom, everyone. This is Noreen Green, the founding artistic director and conductor of the Los Angeles Jewish Symphony, sending you Pesach greetings. The character I relate to most in the Passover story is Miriam, Moses' sister. As a woman conductor, I look to Miriam as the first woman conductor. She led the women in song and dance with her timbrel as the Israelites successfully crossed the Red Sea. Here's my timbrel with a wonderful celebratory depiction of that event. At our Passover Seder, we also have Miriam's cup. We're all familiar with Elijah's cup of wine. Well, Miriam's cup is filled with water. She is the giver of life. As the Israelites wandered the desert for 40 years, it was Miriam's well that kept them alive. We honor Miriam and all the women who nurture their families. L'chaim and Chag Sameach.
Hodu l'Adonai ki tov, ki le'olam chasdo, yomru na Yisrael, ki le'olam chasdo, yomru na vet Aharon, ki le'olam chasdo, yomru na yirei Adonai, ki le'olam chasdo.
Cleaning and cooking in so many dishes, out with the chametz, no pasta, no knishes, fish that's gefilte, horseradish that stings. These are a few of our Passover things. Matzah and karpas and chopped up charosets, shank bones and kiddush and Yiddish roses, Tata who kvetches and uncle who sings. These are a few of our Passover things. Motzi and Mara in trouble with pharaohs, famines and locusts and slaves with wheelbarrows, matzah bowls floating that my mother brings. These are a few of our Passover things. When the plagues strike, when the lice bite, when we're feeling sad, we simply remember our Passover things, and then we don't feel so bad.
Here I am, ready to perform the mitzvah of the fourth cup of wine. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who created the fruit of the vine. Blessed are you, Adonai, for the vine and the fruit, for the beautiful and spacious land you gave us. Have mercy on us and bring us there to eat its fruits. Grant us happiness on this feast of Matzot. Blessed are you, Adonai, for the land and for the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
As we come to the end of the Seder, we have a tradition of singing, of going out with celebration. In addition to drinking cups of wine, people also have a tradition of adding to that a little slivovitz, more of an Ashkenazi tradition, some plum brandy, one of the kosher for Passover spirits. So I think over this last year, there have definitely been some times, I guess this bottle's a little smaller than it was last year, but again, the tradition of having a l'chaim to celebrate with song and with a little bit of schnapps. Again, as we celebrate this year at Passover, I don't know, I'm not saying that this is a vaccine in any form, but it has been known to kill germs. So as we drink a l'chaim, we're going to wish everyone a zis and Pesach, a sweet Pesach, and a great season of liberation. L'chaim.
Adirhu, yivne veto bekarov, bimheira, biyameinu bekarov, el bnei veitcha bekarov, bachorhu, gadolhu, dagolhu, yivne veto bekarov, bimheira, biyameinu bekarov, el bnei beitcha bekarov.
Spring is in the air. It's Passover time. Hi, I'm Gilad, wishing all the staff and viewers of JLTV a happy Passover. And during these challenging times on the planet, I'm wishing, hoping, and praying that freedom always wins over tyranny. Keep your bodies in motion.
Echad mi yodeya, echad ani yodeya, echad Eloheinu, sheba shamayim uba'aretz, shnayim mi yodeya, shnayim ani yodeya, shnei luchot habrit, echad Eloheinu, sheba shamayim uba'aretz, shlosha mi yodeya, shlosha ani yodeya, shlosha ahavot, shnei luchot habrit, echad Eloheinu, sheba shamayim uba'aretz.
I don't know what to wear to the Seder. What color is Passover? You know, like Halloween is orange, St. Patty's is green, Valentine's Day is pink. Purple. I'll just wear purple. No one's coming to my Seder? Why? Well, if it's just me, I guess Elijah can just sit wherever he wants. Happy Passover. Ciao. Because nobody knows who I am unless I talk like this.
One of the final songs we have for Passover is Chad Gadya, the one goat, the one kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. This traditional Aramaic, and we oftentimes sing it in English song, gives us a chance to reflect on, in a humorous way, how everything is connected. We have a very special version of Chad Gadya. You're going to hear Jack Black singing one of his favorite Jewish songs. One of his favorite holidays is Passover, and this song in particular, Chad Gadya, is one of his favorites. So you're going to hear him sing Chad Gadya, and you're going to see a very special video animation you'll see for the first time ever, created by JLTV's own Benny Waddell. We hope you enjoy Chad Gadya, the one goat, the one kid.
Well, there came a goat, there came a kid that father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad Gadya, Chad Gadya. Then came a cat that ate the kid that father but for twos him had Gadian. There came a dog that bit the cat that ate the kid that father but for twos him had Gadian. Then came a stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid that father but for two were using hand Then came the fire that burnt the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid that father but for two using hand Then came the water that quenched the fire that burnt the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid that father but for two you using hard Then came the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burnt the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid that father but for two him Then came the butcher that slaughtered the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burnt the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid the father but for two wheels in Then came the angel of death, that slayed the butcher, that slaughtered the ox that drank the water that quenched the fire that burnt the stick that beat the dog that bit the cat that ate the kid that father but for two zoos him Then came the Lord our God, King of the universe, that smote the angel of death, that slayed the butcher, that slaughtered the ox, that drank the water that quenched the fire, that burnt the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid, that father but for two you use him hard God,
Hello, my name is Aaron Porras with JLTV, and I just want to first start off by saying Happy Pesach or Pesach Sameach, happy holidays to everyone, Jewish or non-Jewish. Passover is a time to come together and learn from the past and just be united with our family and our loved ones. And especially after the coronavirus and all this terrible ordeals that we've undergone in the last couple of years, I think that there's no better time to say it than Passover. So again, Happy Pesach, Pesach Sameach to everyone.
Thank you for joining us here on JLTV for this Passover Seder. As we enter this season of liberation, Passover is a time of possibilities, celebrating springtime. As we enter this time, hopefully, with good health, with even more opportunities, less restrictions. We want to thank Ralph's Markets for helping to make this Passover possible. And we want to thank all those who lent their voices to bring some joy to the world. So we thank you for being with us, and we thank everyone who watched and participated wherever you are. We wish you a Chag Sameach, happy Passover, and again, thank you for being with us. We finish with the words, Leshana Haba'ah, next year in Jerusalem.
Phil Blazer of blessed memory dedicated his life to sharing Jewish values, Jewish wisdom, and life with the world. That's why he founded JLTV. But before JLTV, he'd had a long run on television, starting in January of 1977. He interviewed thousands of people over all those years. I can remember him interviewing Dr. Spock himself, Leonard Nimoy. He did interviews with his good friend Ilan Ramon, who tragically died in the Columbia Space Shuttle disaster. He taped intimate conversations with prime ministers like Bibi Netanyahu and Yitzhak Rabin. Who besides Phil Blazer has had a heart-to-heart with baseball legend Sandy Koufax and 7-time Olympic gold medalist Mark Spitz? All of Phil's interviews, this whole collection, from his long, storied career in television, are priceless. And they're all on videotapes, as you can see. And they are deteriorating at a scary pace. That's why we ask you to make a gift to preserve this irreplaceable archive of Jewish wisdom and history by helping us convert the archive to searchable digital media. Then you will be able to watch and learn from Phil's nearly 40 years of broadcasting. Please help us make this dream a reality, so the Phil Blazer archives can be coming soon to a computer near you.